feel any sway, but I don't know if I'll be able to show this, but I'll try and show it. When you are, it's kind of quiet here. When you touch the railings on the side there, and there's lots of vehicles driving past, you can feel the vibrations through the bridge, which I think is, I don't know. Feels cool to me. You love the walk across the Golden Gate? Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think I might have been to the Golden Gate. I don't know, we walked right across it. I think I was there when I was really young for some reason. We were driving down to Disneyland with the parents when I was in grade 6, 12 years old. But yeah, I think it's worth it if you're here anyway. But it really depends what you enjoy. If you don't like walking, and you don't like big engineering things like this, then you might not enjoy it. But if you do like that kind of stuff, then you will enjoy it. It all depends what you're into. Watched on a new Norwegian streamer on Twitch who said they teach English in school alongside Norwegian. I believe that. The ones I also talked to said they quite like Hollywood movies and cinema and shows. So I guess they don't create too much in Norwegian or Swedish. So they watch TV and movies in English, and that helps with their learning to speak it as well, because their media is in English as well. They speak English with an American accent, yeah. And I think that's kind of what some Norwegians were trying to explain to me, is they kind of pick that up through the media they watch. They learn it in school, but they learn how to really speak it through watching movies and TV shows. Should go to England to learn how to speak English proper? Should they? Should they? They should go to Newfoundland to learn how to speak English proper. It's beautiful. Newfie accent is the proper English. If you don't know what that sounds like, maybe give it a little YouTube. Someone from Newfoundland, Canada. It's the only way to speak English. Correctly, that is. But yeah, when you put your hand on the railing here, you can just feel the vibration from all the traffic. Newfie is the most proper English. If you disagree, you're just lying to yourself. A big double-decker bus with a flat front came by. Oh, here comes another one. We're gonna big draft. Well, that one wasn't as bad, but they just push a lot of air, so then it hits you. Feels good. US bridges haven't been holding up so well lately. I feel like if any old bridge is going to be well maintained, it's going to be the Golden Gate Bridge. This is a bridge that they're pretty keen on keeping around, I think. So I feel pretty confident in this bridge. Yeah, I saw something about that. I think it was in like Florida or something. But that one was it's been up for almost 100 years. Think it'll be okay? Yeah, I think it'll be okay. I think the one that collapsed recently in Florida was still under construction. Which is a huge... How does that happen? Oh, Minneapolis, okay. The one I was thinking of was like some kind of thing, some kind of bridge over top of a highway, and it collapsed down. It might have been like a toll like booth thing. I don't know. Maybe there's a bunch of big bridges collapsing all over the place. Yeah. When you rush things, mistakes happen. Tourist stream. We'll be back to hitchhiking pretty soon. Not today, but tomorrow or the next day. That was a pedestrian walkway under construction. Okay. Yeah. That sounds right. Oh, okay. They were doing a stress test and it came down. Well, I guess that was a bit too much stress on that test. Yeah, look at this suspension cable. I think within this tube here, there's a bunch of smaller, it goes all the way up. But it's like a couple feet in diameter. It's a, yeah. I think it's pretty cool. Not sure if you can see out there. There's lots of people sailing out on the bay today. It's a beautiful day. Like a light to moderate wind. I've got more wind here just because we've got a bunch of traffic coming my way, so that just creates its own kind of wind. So really nice weather to be out on the ocean there. I think it's toll free. I wouldn't be surprised if they charged you to drive over it. Where are you hitchhiking to from here? I'm continuing south for I don't know how long, until I decide to start heading east and then go through Texas and all that. I don't have any specific destinations. I'm just doing it because I like it, and I'm doing it to show people what hitchhiking's like. So, no real destinations, no real plans. That's usually how I travel though. Like I might have, like when I did my around the world kind of hitchhiking trip, I had a flight from St. John's, Newfoundland to Dublin, Ireland, and then 6 months later I had a flight from Tokyo, Japan back to Vancouver, and I'm like, okay, I'll give myself 6 months to get from Ireland to Japan, and try to do that all by hitchhiking, except for oceans, of course, which are difficult when you try to hitchhike on them. Yeah, sorry, Scar, that your clip got kind of blocked. You have to ask, like, get a permission thing from a mod in order to be able to post links, because we've got a Nightbot doing its thing here. Okay, so it's $7.75 to cross the bridge in a car. It's not that cheap. How do I get by financially? Yeah, I save up before I go on my trips. So I'll work for X amount of time, quit my job, travel, run out of money, and do that all over again. No mods. Oh. Yeah. You're a regular Scar. You can be mod. One sec. Do you keep in contact with the people you meet, or do the friendships kind of fade away? I guess it depends on the friend. Yeah, I stay in contact with quite a few people, but like, I'm bad at staying in contact with people. Like, I just kind of like float around. So I don't make a big effort. I should, because I've made some amazing connections, but I don't put enough effort into keeping those connections fresh and real. So I've met a ton of people. I have a lot of people's contact info. I have a lot of people from around the world on Facebook and stuff like that, but I don't stay in contact with them as much as I should. How old are you? How long do you plan on doing this? I am 23 years old, and I plan on doing this until I no longer enjoy it. But like, realistically, I can't just keep hitchhiking for years and years. Hitchhiking loses its kind of like when you're young, it's like, oh, you're young and adventurous, exploring the world and stuff. After a certain point, it becomes less young and adventurous and more, how did you get to the point where you're still doing this at this point in your life? So, I won't be doing this forever, but it's something I really enjoy at this point in time. So I'm gonna keep doing it till I find something else I like. But I've really enjoyed this live streaming thing. The purpose is to show people what hitchhiking is like. I really like having the chat interaction. There's a lot of downtimes in hitchhiking, like where you're just walking, and I'm usually by myself, just minding my own thoughts. Or you're standing there waiting for a ride and you wait 2 hours. Like, there's a lot of downtime. And having people ask me questions, having people just kind of banter back and forth in chat, really makes that part a whole lot more enjoyable. So I've really enjoyed having this be a live stream trip for hitchhiking. It's added a cool extra dynamic to the experience for me, and I hope that you guys get entertainment out of it as a viewer, seeing what hitchhiking's like, because not many people do it anymore. So when I started it, I was hoping, or I thought there'd be a general curiosity about what that's like, and it seems like that it is kind of a strange thing, isn't it? Please, mods, like a lot of the people who have been end up modding you, I've just been mods, maybe even later today or something like that, because moments like right now where we have no mods, ideally I'd have at least one mod in the channel at any point in time. What do your parents say about it? do live them back in Canada. My mom hated it when I started doing it, but she's learned to at least, I think, appreciate it because she's always been a warrior. So, and then yeah, like my living situation varies in Canada. A room in a house, in like parents' torn apart house. They're renovating rent. I'd rather not. Years I've either been paying rent or was rough connection wise last time when I was walking across. So it makes sense that it's buffering still. Oh, sorry. Cut out when I was answering your question. I'm guessing that was the parents' question. So yeah, my mom, I think, appreciates it now. She hated it at first, but I think she appreciates it. And I've lived in several different living situations. I spent a year living in Calgary, renting a room from some guy I found on Kijiji or whatever. And I've lived in several different places. But occasionally, if I'm just about to go on a trip, I'll get hosted by my mom or someone else, or friends will let me crash on the couch. I kind of just float around. Never really known the stream is going to cut out. I know. I wish I had a 100% stable stream. I wish. Maybe one day. But where I was on the bridge there, it was cutting out. When I was walking that way, it was cutting out at that point too, so I'm not surprised that it was cutting out. We're almost at the other end of it. Once I get back into San Francisco, I might be able to restart it at 720p, so we can be back in HD again. It was fairly stable. It cut out once earlier when I was walking along the there. But if I can support a 720p stream, I might as well. I know I can't right now, but in a bit I might be able to. I hope you guys enjoyed the Golden Gate walk. I thought it was fun. Worth the trek. But I like walking, so if you don't like walking, it might not be enjoyable. Almost off the bridge, and connection should get better once we're on the mainland again. For whatever reason, this bridge just causes problem with my connection. I'll be heading into the city next. It looks like it's a decent little trek. I gotta go all the way over there. Looks like that's a few kilometers at least. more stable. Yeah, I know. Quite a dead spot. And I was stuck behind like a family, so we were going slow, but now I'm trying to walk faster to get past this dead spot. I want that stable stream. Oh yeah, we were talking about tolls. That would be your toll booth right there. So yeah, someone said I think $7.75 for a car to drive across. That's the end. We're off the bridge. Hopefully the connection's better or more stable. Roundhouse Cafe. I bet that place costs a small fortune. Cafe right next to the Golden Gate Bridge. I have no idea where. Sorry. No idea where I'm going. Holy. It's quite the tourist thing going on up here. It's like, oh god. It's like tour buses, double-decker buses, charter buses, welcome center, tourist shops. It's got it all. Alright. Can I just walk to San Francisco? There's a bunch of like transit options, but can I just walk? I'm guessing I can. How do I do that? Maybe I'll look at a map. There we go. Pinkpop, thanks for following the channel. Hope you're enjoying our little tour of San Francisco. Be walking for a few hours, checking out a few more things, going into San Francisco now, and yeah, and then maybe a concert later tonight, because one of my drivers from yesterday, he plays in a band and invited me to watched their band last night, so I watched them last night, but I also have an invite to go again tonight. So, a really nice group of guys. I think they're awesome. I thought they killed it last night. It was a lot of fun. Been to Castro? I don't think so, because I don't. When you say Castro, I don't think I've heard of it. So, no. Where's Castro? And should I go to Castro? Okay, I need to look at a map, because kind of at the end of this thing here. I just want to walk to San Francisco. Oh. 1 second. Just navigation man mode. Like I do have Google Maps on my secondary phone, which I use to both check on the stream quality sometimes if I don't know if I'm still live or not, or I use it to navigate as well. There like there's stuff down there. Stuff to kind of sorry, one sec, guys. Just want to walk along the coast into town. How far are you from the aquarium? That was in Star Trek with the whale. The voyage home. I don't know. That's something you'd have to look up for me. There's just no sidewalk there. I thought there'd be like obvious like walk this way to get somewhere else, but there's a police officer here I could ask. Best way to walk into town. I think it's just best to walk that way, but I have to just walk along the there's no sidewalk for part of it. I see a sidewalk over there, but for a minute I'll just have to be sidewalkless. That's okay. Let's just go this way. Alright, we good. Ooh. They could work on those brakes though. I thought they'd make this easy to walk. Maybe there is an easy way to walk. I just am not smart enough to figure it out. There we go. Back on the straight and narrow. Please Twitch, no ban for jaywalking. I try to be a law-abiding citizen. Klingon ships fly under that bridge. Really? Star Trek fan. I never watched the TV shows. I actually have been meaning to because I do like that genre. I think I'd enjoy the TV shows. I just never found the time to do it, to watch it all. What like series of Star Trek would you recommend a beginner to check out first? Because there's different generations of Star Trek. Or they build stuff purposely so tour companies can make money? Yeah, that might be the case too. There might have been an obvious path, but I didn't see it, so I just like walked sketchily on the side of the road until I got to this sidewalk here. And now it's easy. And there's an actual path over there. I'll probably cross that at some point. Yeah. You can see San Francisco in the distance there. I think that tall building is in like the financial district. Actually, you know what? One sec. I'm gonna stop underneath this tree where it's shady and just test my internet speeds. I think I might be able to switch back to high definition. Because if we can support high definition and make it stable, because we were earlier, we were able to keep it stable. Might as well. Let's see what we got. Getting 20 down and 13 up. I think that's good enough. It's gonna vary a bit, but as we get closer to the city, I think it'd be fine. So, to anyone watching right now, I'm gonna restart the stream in 720p and 2500 bitrate, just so you guys can get a better view of what San Francisco has to offer. Just see things in a bit higher resolution. So I'm going to restart the stream in about 10 seconds, and I'll be back almost right away. Alright. I will support this in 720p, but we're back. So the plan right now is to walk along the near the shore there, near the ocean to downtown, or like San Francisco proper. But I have to cross the road here somewhere, which seems awkward. This is not a good setup for pedestrians at all. So, apparently somehow there probably was a way for me to get down onto that path going along there and continue along there. I don't see any obvious way for me to get down there now. Take that road over there, which looks like people are coming up. Or I could just follow this and reconnect. I'll just follow this and reconnect. I'll get down there. If any of you are new to this channel, have never watched it before, this is Hitch Live, and the kind of trip I'm on, I'm calling Hitchhiking America. And you might notice I'm not hitchhiking right now. I don't have my big backpack on or anything like that. I'm taking a day off of hitchhiking. I have an offer of a backyard to sleep in San Francisco by a band member of a guy who picked me up yesterday. So I'm taking a day walking around San Francisco, checking out the sights, being a tourist, and then I'll probably be back on the road tomorrow to continue hitchhiking south. But I don't have a 100% plan yet. So, yeah, this channel is to show you what hitchhiking is like. We're just not going to hitchhike every day. We're going to hitchhike probably the majority of days, but not every day. I think I want to go down there. Who's talking to me about Star Trek? Are you still here? Because I did want to know which generation of Star Trek to start out on. Because for a couple years I'm like, oh, I should watch Star Trek, but I never have. I've had a pretty fun today, or a pretty fun time today. Walked from where I was staying last night to along the coast to the Golden Gate Bridge, walked across the Golden Gate Bridge and back. Now we're walking into San Francisco proper. I'm just going to see where that takes us. I don't have too much planned. I had some people recommending a few places that I could go, but kind of just go where the road takes us, which is what I usually do. Grew up on Star Trek, so you enjoy them all. You probably want to start with Next Generation. It's more modern. Okay. TNG, the Next Generation. Alright, try to remember that. Fortunately, when I'm traveling like this, I don't get much opportunity to sit down and watch TV series. I'm not opposed to spending time to binge watch some TV shows. It just never happens when I'm traveling. At the end of the day, when I'm done hitchhiking or traveling or whatever, I'm exhausted. All I want to do is sleep. So that's what I do. I set up my tent and I go to bed. So it might not happen for a little bit, but really just like it. The people standing there, just standing facing across the sidewalk. So every car is like, oh, are they crossing? Are they crossing? Like it looks like they're gonna cross, but they're not. They're just standing there looking at their phones. Confusing. Still, even without the weight in my backpack, with the walking I'm doing, I'm still kind of feeling it. At some point coming up, I'm probably gonna have to take a 0 day and just give my body a recovery day, because your body adapts to it and it gets better. And my feet are getting better, and my waist is getting accustomed to the extra load I put on it. But still, I can kind of feel it in my back a little bit. Still feel it in my legs a little bit. It'd probably be healthy for me to take a 0 day at some point going forward. Just give the body a full reset, full heal day. Because this is like my break day, but that still involves me walking like probably 15-20 kilometers. I just don't have a bunch of weight on my back. It's just a light bag this time. Yeah, it's kind of a cool little open park. People flying kites. And that big red bridge in the background. cut to the coast here through this grass. Oh, this is pretty rough terrain actually. I thought it was more like a field. This is not not a smooth surface. I think I'm gonna take like a 10-minute sit down, drink some water. I haven't drank any water in like probably an hour and a half or something like that. So drink some water, have my other pastry, and continue on towards San Francisco. Time we're at 3:45. I got it back to the guitarist's house around 8 to coordinate what we're doing tonight as far as the concert goes. So I have to kind of look at how long it's gonna take. I might take transit back to his place, because by the time I get to like downtown, I'd have to go all the way back out. I don't think I could walk that in time. We'll see. I'm just gonna go out here and take a break, I think.
Yeah, but sometimes a lot of people are walking and you need to...
How many days are you going to be on the road? Going to hitch the same route back? Probably not. I don't know how long I'll be on the road. I'm just going to keep doing this until I no longer enjoy it. I'm going like south until I run out of south, and then I'm going to head east across Texas to the east coast and then back north. So if I came back at that point, I'd be coming back from the northeast US. So I'd be taking a different route. I don't like backtracking very much, so yeah, I'd take a different route. Am I not supposed to go through here? There's a fence, but it's just kind of open. But that looks like a public beach. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm just doing this trip because I like hitchhiking. I enjoy it. I love the daily process of it. The unknown nature of it makes me happy. And I wanted to share that with the world, or anyone that's kind of interested. Gonna take a couple-minute break, have some water. Probably a little dehydrated. I'm getting sandblasted a little bit with the breeze, but that's okay. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad for you guys. The nice thing about San Francisco and the coast so far is anytime I want to, I can just like cut off to the coast somewhere, set up the camera, and then you've got like a nice little scene like this for the background while I just take a little break. Pitch W, thanks for following. It's kind of a down period in the stream right now, but hope you're enjoying it. I'll have to decide kind of this evening what I plan on doing tomorrow. It is probably going to be a late night tonight if I go out and check out Marco's band again, because they're playing 10 till 1 a.m. Which means I'll be out and probably having a few drinks. Which means I probably won't be in good shape to want to do a bunch of hitchhiking tomorrow. But we'll see. I did have an offer from one of our viewers here to go check out Stamford on Monday. So I'd have to be in the area for another day. That could be cool. Get a little guided tour. Drinking tonight? Oh, I don't know. I'm going out to a bar from 10 till 1. What do you do at a bar from 10 till 1 a.m.? I'm there to see the music. I'll probably have a couple beers. But yeah, for those of you that watch me, I don't drink that much. I also don't really smoke. Is that abnormal for a hitchhiker? Am I supposed to be, like, do a lot of different substances to excess? Maybe. Maybe I'm weird. I had two drinks last night. I tried to only have one. I asked the barkeep to settle my tab. I'm like, hey, can I settle my tab? And then he just gave me another beer. I'm like, what do you do? You're the clean-cut hitchhiker, though. I know. Clean cut. I try to follow the rule of the law as much as I can. I'm trying to set a good example for someone who's hitchhiking recreationally. Because hitchhikers do have a bad reputation, but I do try to follow the rules whenever possible. I am a guest in this country, and I don't want to be pushing buttons and all that jazz. So yeah. I like to think I'm one of the good ones. I never waste beer much, must finish. I tried to give it to Marco. He's like, no, I do drink sometimes, but I'm not gonna drink tonight. And he's like, we get drinks for free anyway. The band gets to drink for free. But Marco's just drinking tea and water that night, so maybe tonight though. I'm not sure how much I'm going to live stream, because that's 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. My viewer base is used to me signing off at 8 p.m. Pacific time. I don't stream very late, so I go to bed when the sun goes down, which is at 8 o'clock. But yeah, I don't like wasting anything. Let that be food, beer. I feel bad when you have to throw something out that's perfectly fine. Unless it's warm. Yeah, the beer, if you took so long to drink it that it's like really warm, I guess that's justifiable. But I guess the moral of that story is don't let your beer get warm. I think that's the lesson to be learned. Had my snack, have a bit more water, and then we'll head it. Even in the, like I think it's supposed to be 17 degrees as a high today. At 4 we're probably maybe going down a little bit, but sitting here with the I don't know, 30 km/h wind, it still chills you pretty good. So let's get moving. Waiting to see your friend fight in the UFC tonight. You have a friend in the UFC? That's pretty cool. Who's your friend? Brett John. I haven't watched UFC for a few years, so I don't know him off the top of my head. But that's pretty cool. Lives right next to you? It's a cool connection. I don't have any cool connections. I can't be like, yeah, I know this person. I don't know anyone. I know people, I just don't know anyone that you'd call famous on any level. Let's just quickly do a nature stream. Nature. Nature. Oh, it left. Somewhere over there. Alright, nature stream over. Anyone gets big in Swansea? You'll know him? Yeah. Look at that. What is that? It's like an electric off-road skateboard. I've never seen that. There's so many weird things in California. Go hitching on that? I should have put my thumb out. You're right, Watkins. I failed all of you. I know I said I'd take a break from hitchhiking today, but when an opportunity like that presents itself, you just have to take it. Four-wheel drive hoverboard? Yeah, my hoverboard's four-wheel drive. Really good on that off-road terrain. And they've got like these electric scooters. What? Everyone's just it feels like California is just like a little bit in the future, you know? Go back to Canada and we're just Canada. It feels normal. And you come here and it's just like, they've got these weird things that I've never seen before. Like California's like the future, like the Back to the Future movie where they actually go to the future. It's like that. All the weird future things. That's just me as a silly Canadian. We don't get fancy things. Like electric off-road skateboards. Or electric scooters. Or Alcatraz prison. We don't get that either. I don't know if you can see that from here, but it's there. Basically in Silicon Valley, yeah, it does make sense that they have a bunch of interesting different tech here. I just haven't really spent any time here, so whenever I see anything obscure or different, which probably means like me having this whole like setup here isn't that unusual for San Francisco, because they're just used to unusual things here, right?
I can use it.
Yeah. Since I've been in the US, I haven't taken public transit once. Like, quite often if I get dropped off in the north end of a town or city, I'll just, like, it makes economical sense to spend $2 to catch the city bus to the south end of town. But surprisingly, I made it all the way to San Francisco without doing anything other than hitchhiking. I don't think. Yeah, I walked off the ferry in Port Angeles and I just started hitchhiking once I got to the end of town. I think that's going to change probably today. But I don't think I've ever gone that long without taking at least like an inner city bus kind of thing. Because I try to do everything between cities as hitchhiking. Sometimes when you're in a city where the city just turns into another city, that it doesn't really work. But and you kind of have to take transit. But yeah. Is there a better way to hold this? The sun's just straight up my back. Yeah, that's good. Have you ever tried to hitchhike within a metro area? Like 15-20 miles across the city? No. I don't even bother. All the traffic's local. Like, given enough time, you'd probably get a ride. But I don't think it's worth the effort. And if you're gonna try and do that, you'd almost definitely have to have a sign, because when you're in a metro area, like, the roads are going every which way, so most of that traffic's just gonna be local. So it kind of makes sense to, if you're gonna try that, have a descriptive sign saying where you're trying to get to so people know what you're trying to do. Because most people, like, one thing people do when they drive past you is they'll, like, shrug at you. And I don't, like, a shrug can mean many things. Like, what do you want? I don't know what you want, kind of thing. But I feel like if I'm hitchhiking south on Highway 101, which is a very basic highway going north or south, it should be pretty clear. I'm going that way. You can either want to take me or not. But when you're in the middle of a city, things are a bit more... How can they tell where you're going? Like, yes, you might be pointing east out of town, but if you're in the middle of the city, like, usually it's not just like straight east. It goes, it winds, it does different things. There's different junctions and exits. Could use a back massage. There's not even many major roads off of 101 in Oregon, so that's as easy it gets. Yeah, like I said before, Washington, Oregon, hitchhiking down Highway 1 is like hitchhiking easy mode. Like, just get to the end of a town and then throw your thumb out. You're gonna get a ride. Once you get to more developed areas and cities, then there's a bit more strategy to it. But if anyone wants to try hitchhiking, from very recent experience, I can say that Washington, Oregon are a good place to try it. And the communities along the coast there are very friendly. So, really shouldn't have a problem. Longest I waited on this trip so far is probably, I think it was just over an hour, like maybe an hour 15, hour 20, out of Cosmopolis, Oregon. It was like raining on and off, kind of dreary day. I don't know if that contributed to it taking a bit longer. But in hitchhiking terms, an hour, just over an hour is nothing. Like, I've talked to people that have waited days for a ride. Panda Pillow Pet, thanks for following. Hope you're enjoying our San Francisco walking tour and kind of hitchhiking Q&A, as always. If anyone has any specific hitchhiking questions or concerns, more than welcome to answer, because that is the purpose of this trip. Show people what hitchhiking's like, and kind of show you the places I end up in, like San Francisco. Impact, how's it going, my man? How is day 2 in Toronto for the tournament? This is pretty badass. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. I won't be hitchhiking today, Panda Pillow Pet, but I will be tomorrow, the next day. If you are curious what hitchhiking is actually like, you can check out the videos above up there, and you can see 25 of my rides. They're all saved on various VODs. So you can see the different types of people I get picked up by. Quite often when I get picked up, then we immediately drive out of town and I lose connection, but you'll at least get a glimpse of the different kinds of people. Also, if you check out my Instagram below, I've tried to take pictures with as many different drivers as I could, and post those on Instagram, just so if you don't get to catch my streams himself, you can see the different types of people that have decided to pick me up as I go along. So yeah, if hitchhiking is something you're interested in, or at least just curious about, in 12 days we've built up a bit of resources for you to kind of see what's going on, either through videos or through Instagram, to see the different types of people. I also have pictures of a couple of my camp spots down there too, both good and bad spots. Shade Freelo, thanks for following. Have you hitchhiked with another person with you? I'm gonna guess it'd be more difficult. I've tried hitchhiking with myself and another guy. That's a whole lot more difficult. People are scared or more intimidated, and also for space reasons, it's more difficult. But 2 guys is intimidating. What ends up happening is, like, usually it's a driver by themselves picking you up, and you'll have one hitchhiker that you've never met before, some random stranger sitting next to you, and one sitting right behind you. That's intimidating. So yes, 2 guys is slow. I've hitchhiked with myself and a girl, like three different girls I've shown or like introduced to hitchhiking, just to show them what it's like. And that was quick. My interpretation of that is that when you're hitchhiking as a guy and a girl, people see you as a couple, and I think they're comforted by that in some respect, as long as you present yourself fairly well. Just trying to get it so you're not just getting a silhouette of me. So yeah, still use a couple, so I think they're comforted by that. Like, the downside is space. If it's you, a girl, and both of you have big backpacks, sometimes there just isn't space in a vehicle. But I get around myself pretty quick. I think in all my hitchhiking, it's 15 to 25 minutes is my average wait time. And then 2 girls is going to be still quite quick, and probably significantly safer than just 1 girl. 1 girl by herself is going to be your fastest method. The person doing it will just have to execute a lot of caution when they're picking their rides. You're going to turn down a lot of rides, and a lot of those people that you turn down might be decent people, but you just have to really trust your gut. Talk to them before you get into their vehicle, and just make sure you get good vibes about them. Which is what I do, but like, I'm willing to, like, I trust my gut on things, and I talk to people before I get in, but I might take rides that a girl traveling by herself might not take. But with that said, I rarely have to turn down rides. People that were watching the first day saw me turn down 3 in a row, which has never happened. 2 due to, 1 was in the bed of a truck. I didn't know if that was even legal in Washington, so I turned that down. Next one was in the back of a cube van, and that's just like classic you probably don't want to be there. And the third one was based off of the interaction I had with the guy that stopped. I opened the door, said, "Hey, how's your day going?" He looked me in the eye, said, "Do you want to ride or not?" In a very serious way. At that point, I'm like, no. I said, based off how this interaction has gone, I'm gonna wait for the next ride. Have it go in, shut the door, move on. He drove off. He gave me a glare. That's fine. Essentially, if you ever plan on hitchhiking, you have to be comfortable with having someone pulling over and analyzing the situation and telling them no, which might sound weird or awkward, but you have to just be comfortable doing that because you're looking out for your own safety. You're traveling, and it's up to you to look after yourself. So, because it almost feels expected when someone pulls over. That's like, okay, they pulled over, let's hop in, but you still have an option. You still have a choice whether you want to get in that vehicle or not. Are there good spots for hitchhiking? Like parking lots or the highway? So on this trip so far, I've hitchhiked down Highway 101 from Northern Washington to here, to San Francisco. Washington, Oregon, and Northern California is quite simple. It's just, Highway 101 is like just a single lane in each direction highway, and it just runs directly through towns. So essentially, you get picked up, like, hey, I'm heading to the next town. You get in the car, you get to the next town, they drop you off. You walk to the south end of town. It doesn't make sense to hitchhike within the town because it's all local traffic. You get to the last lights in town, or where it kind of like, you can tell it turns into a highway again at the end of town, but before the speed picks up too much. I look for three things in a hitchhiking spot: a long line of sight, a wide shoulder where they can safely pull over, and slow speed. At the end of a town, usually you can find all three of those, if not like 2 or 2.5. So that's what I look for, kind of hopping small town to small town on smaller highways. When you're talking like city to city, like heading out of San Francisco, that's where you want to draw on other people's experience, because kind of what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to hitchhike on the top of on-ramps, or like the start of an on-ramp onto the highway, because we're talking like 5 lanes in each direction kind of highway. So you can't just stand out on the highway. It's not safe to pull over. There's 5 lanes of traffic, so if someone's in the left lane, they can't pull across 5 lanes of traffic to get you. So you kind of have to do your research first. You find an on-ramp that's going in the direction where you want to go, kind of at the end of the town, at the end of the city. So hopefully people taking that on-ramp are actually going somewhere. And then you're going to want to have a sign, because around cities, roads and highways just seem to go in a million different directions. So you want to be able to tell drivers where you're trying to get to, because they're not going to know. And if people don't know where you're going, they don't feel like pulling over. Enough is back up. That is. I have a connection to support. I'll give it 1 minute.